We are shifting paradigms. We're going from a black hole reality to a white hole reality. So let's get into the differences. I'll be doing a whole series on white holes. So here's the big picture. We're not just raising our vibration, we are transitioning between two completely different realities. The black hole reality is where we have been. It's the world of polarity. And then the white hole reality is the world of divine coherence. So, what is a black hole reality exactly? The black hole reality is what we call the 3D matrix. In this paradigm, we experience duality and fragmentation, emotional looping, shadow and contrast, time as linear, and we heal through pain and processing. It's where we learn through separation. But it's not the final destination. That's where we get into a white hole reality. So, a white hole reality is what we archetypally call heaven. In this paradigm, we experience unity and wholeness. There's no polarity or distortion. There's effortless coherence. We have time as a spiral. And we heal through light and presence. There's no battle to win, only resonance to embody. So let's get into the structure of these realities. In a black hole reality, things feel noisy, heavy, and fragmented. Distortion is normal, and truth is hard to hear. This system runs on interference and entropy. But in a white hole reality, everything harmonizes. There's no distortion, only coherence. You don't have to search for truth, you become it. Sound and structure go hand in hand. And currently in this realm, we can access 9 dimensions of energy. And these aren't like separate levels of a cake. Think of these dimensions of energy all in a spiral together. A white hole universe is in an upward spiral of energy, while a black hole universe is in a downward spiral of energy. The white hole field is birthed from the 9 solfeggio frequencies, a harmonic framework that shapes reality through divine order. The 9th dimension is the white hole itself, the architect of a universe. The 8th dimension is pure light, God frequency, source energy, expressed as 8 of the core solfeggio frequencies in perfect resonance. Some archetypally call this the voice of God. This isn't sound you hear. This is sound that builds reality. It doesn't need to be understood. It just moves through everything as truth. So here's how we get from source energy to structure, how God frequency becomes form. Divine energy filters down from the highest realms step by step, shaping sound, light, geometry, and matter. Here's how it flows. The 9th dimension is the white hole. It's the divine projector, architect of a universe, and the original birthing point. The 8th dimension is God frequency, source, light. This is pure light, intelligence, and the 8 solfeggio frequencies in harmonic resonance. This pure source energy and pure light of the 8th dimension then filters down into the 7th dimension, where it then becomes sound vibrations. And this is vibration, resonance, tonal architecture, the coding field of creation. Then the sound vibrations of the 7th dimension filter down into the 6th dimension, where they form sacred geometry. And if you've ever seen sound cymatics, how different beats and sounds create sacred geometrical patterns in sand or rice, then that really puts a good picture on this concept. But this is the shapes, patterns, and crystalline blueprints that give reality form. And then that energy of the 6th dimension of sacred geometry then filters to the 5th dimension, where it's given life. The 5th dimension is the realm of love, life, miracles, bliss, unity consciousness, and the energetic template of all living beings. This is the non-physical realm of divine design, reality before it becomes matter. And like I mentioned, there's technically more than 9 dimensions, but these are the dimensions we can currently access energetically. The fourth dimension is also non-physical, but I paired it on this slide because it really goes along with this physical experience. So we descend into density, and this is where spirit becomes matter. So the fourth dimension is the non-physical canopy or veil that separates the higher dimensions from the physical dimensions. And the fourth dimension is the matrix or the veil. It's the non-physical canopy that overlays the physical realm. It's home to myths, archetypes, timelines, and collective programming. It essentially sets the vibe and the programming of this physical experience. And then the first physical dimension is the third dimension, and that's the dimension of biological life. This is the physical world we see and touch: human life, nature, action, and form. And then we get to the second dimension, which is geological forces. This is minerals, the magnetic grids, and Earth's crystalline structure. And then we get to the first dimension, which is Earth's iron core. And this is the access point. This is density, gravity, and the ancient hum of creation. And like I said, dimensions 1 through 3 are physical, and dimensions 4 through 9 are non-physical, but they shape everything we experience. Follow along for part 2, and you can also find more info, deep dives on my podcast. Love you all. Bye.